as a person where they think well, reason am by yourself. United States, they keep on uniting themselves to grow their country. But for here now, they want to divide una, and you Biafra, you just support them, say make them divide this country.
Yes. As person where they think well. United States, they are growing their country. And Nigeria growing their own country. Who do you supposed to blame? If it happen today, they divide Nigeria. Who are you supposed to blame? Are you not supposed to blame your own leaders from the north? The life of Babangida? The life of, what did they call him? Abacha. The life of Buhari. The life of Tinubu. Person like who again? Waiting they call and say Obasanjo. How many leaders where the North produce for this country? Are they working to grow Nigeria? Are they working? Tell me one president in the North, apart from Jaradua, will be better person, will no last. I hear about Murtala Muhammad too, will no last. All the leaders way from the outsiders, way from the North, way rule Nigeria, Obasanjo plus Tinubu today, which of them working to grow Nigeria? Have we not been giving you people all our oil and gas, national cake, they suck am, carry the money, go Abuja, go share? What are they doing with the money? What are they doing with the money? Are you supposed to blame Biafra for your failure? Because United States carry everybody along. But for Nigeria, some people na second class citizen. If you talk, they hold you put on one side. And people like you, they support. Say, waiting them, they do, they good. My dear brother, if it happen today, they share Nigeria. No be our fault. You got to go back. Go blame your leaders. Because they are the problem. They are not working to unite Nigeria. All of them come to work in their pocket. Today you are blaming another person for your own failure. Go and rethink as person when they think well.
The harsh truth that Nigerians refuse to accept is that Nigeria is not one. And I can tell you from historical facts, trends and events, Nigeria has never been one. However, people who have governed the country since colonialism found a way to govern the country in a way that they will ensure stability. And they've governed it for a very long period of time until they handed over Nigeria to Nigerians to govern themselves. And the fundamental problem that affected that arrangement was the decree number 34, introduced by Arewa to unify Nigeria. Now, before you get me wrong, a lot of people date back the Nigeria's instability to the amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern Protectorate. That was not the genesis of Nigeria's problem. When Lord Lugard came to Nigeria, he was one time a Governor General in India. He saw a system that worked in India, regardless of their diversity. He brought the system to Nigeria and implemented it. They eventually governed Nigeria for a long period of time with the same arrangement. Why? He recognized that the traditional rulers in the northern region are mostly centralized. Therefore, he allowed for a centralized system. However, those centralized rulers are subject to the British Crown. In the southwest region, he understands that they have a semi-democratic arrangement, even though there is a centralized element of leadership. He now allowed that system to exist in order for him to have control over that particular region. In the southeastern region, he understood that they have an egalitarian system of decision-making. Lord Lugard allowed those people to have their egalitarian regime, however, subject to the British Crown. Now, these particular regions have unique ways of governing themselves for a very long period of time. Lord Lugard recognized that, regardless of the amalgamation that took place in 1914, even prior to that, by 1900, those protectorates exist. By 1906, the Southern Protectorate was amalgamated, and by 1914, the Nigerian entity came into being. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that the Europeans who created Nigeria understood the diversity of Nigeria and found a best way to govern the country. by allowing the centralized system in the northern region to exist, by allowing the semi-centralized regime in the southwestern region to exist, and by allowing the egalitarian system in the southeastern region to exist. Until 1960, when Nigeria got independence and Nigeria took up leadership responsibility. Now, fundamentally, Nigeria's problem have been the problem of governance. However, prior to that, we have three distinct regions with different socio-cultural background, different religion, and different system they practice. Until Arewa in 1966 introduced the decree number 36 that eventually abolished those regions and unified Nigeria. This is where I blame Arewa. I do not blame the entire Igbo people for his action. However, I blame Arewa because he became power drunk and wanted to establish a united force where he could expel and exert his power on the entirety of Nigeria. Those regions were powerful. They were doing well. Virtually all regions were actually competing with one another. If those regions have still been in existence today, Nigeria could have been better off than what we have today. However, Arewa destroyed those regions and created a unification degree, which eventually triggered what we are facing today. So eventually, if I have someone to blame, I blame Arewa greater than how I blame Lord Dugard, greater than even how I blame those who took their responsibility of conducting the first military coup, and even those who went to the civil war. Arewa has done more harm to Nigeria than these people. Why am I saying this? If you go to any part of the world where a country exists, however, there are diverse groups, particularly they are divided across region. For example, let me give you an example with the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom includes Scotland, Wales, England, and Northern Ireland. These are totally different people, particularly the Scottish are totally, in fact, they have been in war with England for a very long period of time. Yet, they found a way to govern themselves and coexist. That doesn't mean that their differences have disappeared. No, those differences still exist. However, those differences were observed. Their regions, their county observed that. Therefore, they govern themselves independent of one another internally, but externally, they are a united force. That is how diversity is governed. Yet, Arewa ignored all this and introduced the unification degree, which eventually collapsed the regional government and eventually created the chaos we are facing today. So if anybody is to be held responsible and accountable, it should be Arewa. I do not crossfire the entire Igbo people for his action. However, let's call a speed a speed. This was the genesis of the crisis of governance that is bedeviling Nigeria.
In 2027, we don't need election, we need separation. In 2027, we need to divide, not to hold any election. Because one man, whoever that is going there, cannot make Nigeria better. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Everybody, if you like human being, you like the life of your fellow human being, you need to agitate on this. You need to carry this thing out. You need to share this video. Let them hear it. You need to speak on it. It's late, but it's not too late. We can do something.
Keeping Nigeria as one will not work. And there's only one solution to all this problem. Just divide Nigeria. Let Biafra go. We Biafra say we want to go. We want to leave Nigeria. I don't know why they are panicking. They don't value us. They don't value Igbo people. They don't value Biafra. So why are you panicking that we want to leave? So I'm calling on the president of United States of America to divide Nigeria, to let Biafra go. So they should stop panicking. Just let us go. You say that you don't value us. We are nothing. So why are you panicking? Let Biafra go. That's the message. If the Biafra don't go this year, we will never give up. We will never give up on the struggle of Biafra. Biafra must come. When we agitate, they kill us. You protest it. Even those that call themselves one Nigeria, when you protest concerning the bad leadership of the government, they still kill your people. So we don't want Nigeria. We want Biafra. Divide Nigeria. That's the only solution. If we do what Yoruba people want to go, they go. Arewa, the Northerners, the Fulanis, they say they own Nigeria, so you can give them Nigeria to go. Let them go with Nigeria. Divide the country to save life. The more you keep Nigeria as one, the more people die. People have been dying since 2000 up to today. The more you keep one Nigeria, the more people die. Divide Nigeria. I'm telling you all these things. In fact, make it not be like that. You see, Because John the Baptist no wear clothes to that. I don't know what he wear. Make I come on my clothes to talk this thing. Make una divide Nigeria. President Donald Trump, please divide Nigeria. Nigeria is not working and it's not going to work. Divide Nigeria. Save life. These people are not going to stop the killing. The more you bomb the hell out of them, the more they kill the hell out of people. So it's wasting of time. Bombing the hell out of them is wasting of time. Divide the country. Then when they carry their problem to come to Biafra land, then we know that it's a country to country. Nigeria problem is just like a family problem. It is very hard to settle, except everybody go his way. Nobody can settle Nigeria problem. Nobody. Just divide Nigeria. We are not meant to be one. We are speaking different languages. Our tradition is different, so we are not meant to be one. Divide Nigeria now. That is the answer. That is the only thing that can save people. If truly America love Christians, if truly people are fighting for Christians, this is the only solution. If you are keeping Fulani together, keeping everybody in that Nigeria one, the killing will not stop. If truly people are fighting for Christians, just divide the country. We are ready. Biafra is ready. Nobody can even stop Biafra agitation. Whether you people intervene or you know intervene, Biafra must continue. And the holding Mazin Nanakali is the greatest mistake Nigeria government is doing. We are all just keeping calm. We are all just keeping calm. We are not violent people. We are peaceful people. So very soon, Biafra will come.
Like we said, this one is not like me fixing or trying to do all this again. The Hausa guy who spoke is the person who used his mouth to tell you, not me, not someone from the south, or not anyone again. Although he spoke something about our oneness and many other things. If a Hausa guy now can come out to tell you that there is nothing like one, you should know that there is nothing like one. If they can, come out actually to tell you. Although there are some reason that, there are some different reasons that, make us not to be one. Let me just start it from, tribalism, one, religious and many other things. Two, see, we have different things that make us not to be one. And this whole thing of, being one and many other things, that's a lot a lot of people are talking about it just like a joke to me. You could see when the other guy who is an outside person trying to point one thing at the Biafra, that it was the Biafra who want Nigeria to divide, and you could also see the reply given to the person by the other guy from the Biafra side. That is to tell you that every region is ready to reply to anything that pertain division, and the Biafra, they are ready to go according to what is saying. So no one should just trying to force anything on anybody. That is what I can tell you categorically. And like these two guys that are being marginalized, we all know that the Hausa and these are only guys. Igbos are the only people that are marginalized. So when you see someone from the north talking about the oneness and there is nothing like oneness, just know that the person who is talking there is a real Hausa guy, not a Hausa Fulani person, because it is only those Hausa Fulani people that say that one Nigeria is a must and most of all these things must be one. So if you see anyone now speaking the truth from the north, just notice that the person is a Hausa person, because most of them, since yesterday that something happened in Port Harcourt that we were talking about, most of them have just been coming out that we are no one, they should just act this thing fast so that they did their own day, because this thing could have caused a lot if not as God intervened. Although I should tell you and everyone should know now that what you should now be doing is how to, you know, work on yourself in your region and make sure that when this place called Nigeria device is not going to affect you, because those people that are so lazy today, they will be affected anytime Nigeria device. So you that is there thinking that maybe very soon we will remain like this, and you know, keep yourself lazy there. Maybe when everything just happen like a dream, you will, you know, see yourself like you have, you know, been jailed, and you will start suffering. Then maybe by then no one would come to help you. So every region now, what you should do is to just stay active and be ready. Start developing your region from now. That is why a lot of person are even talking about referendum, restructuring, and many other things, because as everything concerning now, restructuring is needed to, so that by now, like, people will just be focusing on their own region before the division of the thing come. That is my advice for all this thing that is going on, so that these guys that are using oneness of a thing to gain from this other place should know what to do when everything breaks. That is all I can say for now. Thank you. And if you have anything to let us know, just drop it below. And also, if this is the first thing coming, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.